Um, I'm going to be waiting until some people get on here. You know I'm tired, but I feel like folk need this. Need these gems. They need what we are going to be trying to offer. Who is that? That's, I don't know who that is. Stern my yacht. Good to see you. Who else is on this thing? It's an honor, Mosleem. It's early morning. I'm dropping these gems off so that when the Nationals have some questions, they can share it on up. Let's see here. So you in court. I'm going to try to help some Nationals have victory in the courts. We're having victory. We got the case proceedings and matters adjourned to prove that. You take a piece of paper and on the upper right hand corner, share it on up, man. Make sure the people is getting this. The upper right hand corner, you take a 2-cent stamp. Now you make sure that this stamp isn't the sticky kind that they sell to you at the post office. You want the stamp to be the type that you lick to put your DNA on. Now in the upper right hand corner, that's Mr. Ben, Mr. Henbay. Good to see you. In the upper right hand corner, you want to lick that stamp. You want to put that stamp on the upper right hand corner. You want to put your thumbprint on the stamp, and you want to sign across the stamp. What does this do? At 2 cents, since that's the cost, to ship and receive any dock, to dock your contract in any vessel, you've bonded yourself for 2 cents. You see? Now, in order to bond the entire document, what you're going to have to do is you want to put that same 2-cent stamp, another one. You want to put it, Salujan, good to see you. You want to put that stamp on the bottom right-hand corner of every single document at the end of it. What it does is it bonds you as a postmaster general. Same exact concept, and clear up our concepts. We're dealing, and we don't even know that every contractual agreement has to do with shipping and receiving. You're shipping and receiving to courts that have declared themselves masters of the sea, admiralty law. So when you on the land walk into a court under admiralty law, they consider you dead and lost at sea unless you claim otherwise. You can do so on a small piece of paper. This is your will on contract. And you know what they have to do? They have to your will commands a positive performance out of them. If they don't respond to you, then they have acquiesced, which means that they are saying that whatever you wrote in that contract is correct. So, you want to make it so they can't reply anyway, according to the laws that you're using. The second part of that is, let's take some words, for example. The word united, and sign it through. All 4 corners on each page and sign through it. So the stamp on each one of the corners, that's perfect. They in a box. Now understand, when you submit your documentation, the styles manual teaches you that anything in a box doesn't exist. So if you're going to submit a form to them, regarding their services or colorable practices, you're going to take everything out of the box and you're going to write it in free form. And you'll send the box copy to them and the free form copy, both postmaster sealed. Thank you, Saul Lujan. We're looking for scholars and teachers that understand the processes of how to properly construct and enforce their own free will on paper. In order to do that, we have teaching classes every single day in the hours of 12 to 3 and 7 to 10. We think that court is a building. Court is in your mind. It is your will. When you walk in to a courthouse, you are the judge, you are the juror, you are the bailiff, you are the attorney, you are the counsel, you are everything in the court. And then you command anybody in the court to be what you need them to be, to do what needs to be done. Now, we can court-martial any living being. You're not dealing with corporations. Find the wet ink signature on every single document that you have. Every single paper is trying to enforce a contract on you. Once you find that wet ink signature, then you laser point that particular being, and that's where you send your correspondence to. Hey, buddy, what's your fingerprint? What's your hand doing on my contracts? Matter of fact, what is this? Oh, this is colorable. This is fraud because I never even asked you to contract with me. What the hell are you sending me stuff for? Ooh. Yeah. What you sending me stuff for? I will not contract. So you're dealing with a party that is trying to make you acquiesce and say that you're contracting with them. But once you sign the I will not contract clause and send it back to them, what happens? Oh, how about your tickets? Let me tell you how to deal with all of your tickets. You've been parking in places that you're not supposed to. At least that's what they tell you. And you've been getting tickets. You take your tickets. That means all bills included. All tickets, all bills, whatever you want to call them. You flip them around and you write 45-degree angle, corner to corner. It should look just like what's on this phone right now, corner to corner, right? HJR, House Joint Resolution 192, paid to the order of the International Monetary Fund and or the Department of Treasury. Put your social without the dashes and put the account number that is linked to the red number on the back of your social security card. And every single time, guess what? A court of conscience. Yes. And every single time, the fiduciaries, the trustees over the accounts of the nationals right now until we claim our own trusteeship over it, they pay to the order of and they discharge the debt. Now, 5, refuse for cause. Come on, scholar, get it up on here. People need the help. The Civil Order 2014, it explicitly states that the American peoples were enslaved due to commercial processes. So if we turn around and learn these commercial processes and begin to enforce the performance of these commercial processes on the judges that have been doing it to us, then we'll get a positive performance as well. Woo! Saul Lujan, we need you on the team. Right now, we are appointing federal UPU judges. These judges get credentialing from Universal Postal Union postmasters. Our witnesses, Russell J. Gould, David Wynn Miller, it is said he passed away, but his team and other judges that have been appointed that are banging with contracts throughout the land. We have those wet ink signatures. I'm a few steps away from getting my credentialing as a UPU judge. We're trying to appoint judges on the land so we can go into these courts and we can observe the contracts that they're trying to enforce on the nationals, and we catch them up in their language. Oh, that says united. Un means no. IT means citizen. ED means of no country. You just told me I'm a citizen of no country. You a liar. I have one. Sorry, pal. Oh, busted them. So we look at every contractual agreement that they want to sit here and try to enforce upon us. Then, share it on up. We got some exciting news. I'm trying to stay quiet because it's too early in the morning. But when it tells me to get on here and start speaking to the people, There's codes on my profile page. USC, misprision of felony, fraud, perjury, $1 million, $25,000, 50,000 Federal Reserve notes. These are all enforceable. And people are receiving the full amount for 20 million, 30 million, just for catching them in their contractual language. Now, everybody wants to state all these laws. They want to keep on posting all of these laws and these codes. But doesn't anyone know how to apply them to the actual contracts to get out of the service corporation a positive performance? Oh, we do. Come on with it. So these codes and these laws are on my profile page on our website, AmunraEstateTrust.com. You will get all the information. If you send me in your inbox, I will do the same thing. I will send you all information. Any scholar that is able to think for themselves. All right. So you get all the information. You get an overload of pictures and emails and texts from me. You observe the information for yourself. And after you determine whether or not it is a true remedy for the Moors, then you begin to effectuate it. Make sure you serve them in camera processing. Now, we got two things for that, Salu. The first thing we do, ooh, hey, Mom, you should be asleep. Get some rest. I love you. When we serve the judges making in camera processing, so we have pens, and all you got to do is click the pen and it begins recording. You see, they want, when you get to the courtroom, what do they say? All electronic devices, blah blah blah, this and that. But the codes say we're freedom of press. The laws say we get to have our cameras and our press available. So if we want to make a little card saying we the press, we can go ahead and do that. But we use this pen, this recording device, and also GoPros or mini cams to keep that going. See, they shouldn't know you recording them. And if they do, so be it. But they shouldn't know. What else? We're looking for judges for two reasons. We need points of contact here as we begin to make moves to different gates. We need 13 judges here, primary. We need 13 point of contact in any republic. When we give you your credentialing as judges, then you become your own official court in that republic, in and of your own individual being, or as a collective body, if you're coming together. What can you do with this credentialing that we're offering on this side of town? As federal UPU judges, the very first thing that we look at is chain of evidence. So when you're mailing your contracts through the UPU and you already have your certified postmaster number identifying you as the postmaster, the registered number that you receive as a postmaster becomes your permanent chain of evidence that can never be broken for any contractual agreement that you send. You see, so around the world, anyone can look up your federal UPU registry number and see that that document, that thumbprint, and those stamps come from you and whatever's on that piece of paper. Now, they're responsible to do something when they receive your will, either ignore it or perform concerning whatever it is that you're asking of them. Woo! If your will commands correctness concerning obeying the law, the codes, the statute that the service corporation has put in place to govern themselves, and that they abide by throughout the world of commerce, then you have pure remedy. You're mailing your contracts, your will that you wrote on paper in proper syntax language, in a language that makes sense phonetically, where your sentences are properly constructed, and the value of what you write means the same forward as it does backwards. Y'all hear the teachings, for the water is over the bridge. For the water is under the bridge. For the bridge is over the water. Means the same thing. The value's the same. And this is what we want to do when we're constructing our contracts. We want the value of what we write to mean the same forward and backward. We don't want adjectives before pronouns and verbs before modifiers or nouns. We want pure contractual agreement to make sense when we're writing it. I'm going to give you this. Please share this video with as many people as you can, as fast as you can. All that we're doing here is we're submitting something for nationals to look into for a remedy. When you identify and you receive these claim of life documentations, these 8 syntax docs, what's going to happen is you're going to be labeled as an American. American by definition of the person who wrote that, even though it's defined by what you say always. What you determine is the definition. If I say I'm blue, no one can convince me I'm red. Listen, if I say I'm blue, no one can convince me I'm red. And no one can convince anyone that knows me to be blue that I'm red. You see? So 10 months I've been on this Facebook profile, making the effort to provide remedy for the nationals and search for it myself. And a lot of people have tried to discredit the character, the being, the spirit, the mind, the heart, and the work itself. Yet, everyone that deals with us personally knows that we're blue or purple. Let me use that color, purple. So anyone that deals with them, now I said I was purple. I told everybody that. They're still trying to make me a more. And now everybody that deals with me, they know I'm purple too. And no one can convince them otherwise. Yes, American national, 1856 or whatever year that dictionary was created. It says the copper-colored people found here. So you can identify as that. And make no mistake, just because we're adding on, anytime we add on, that doesn't take away from what we are. If you're secure in your identity, it don't matter what you subscribe to if you know who you are, as long as those processes really bring remedy. Here I'm going to switch over for you. Just a moment. That's a little fireplace. I look into it and be meditating. A little heat comes out of it. New York is a beautiful place. Y'all should visit. Now this right here is something I'm going to be emailing y'all. I hope I can get it right. This right here, how to complete a syntax package. I'm going to get that to y'all. And this is almost all the way through the alphabet. Steps that we need to take. But these are some of the docs you're going to be getting. So the red is where the documentation that you'll be receiving from us, from the UPU judges. Try to get that into focus. That sovereign charter vessel, the perpetual corporation claim of the court for you to be able to open your own courts, the postal application, your federal UPU judging, and your syntax ID, which is also in place of an international passport. Once you get the documents, register, return receipt back to you, then it's important. It comes down and it says, congratulations. After the process is complete, you are live claim of lifer, you're tax exempt, and you're for life, and you're a postmaster. You see? So, after all of that, thank you. Any of those who are non-judgmental in observing the information. All my life, in my brain, literally, in my heart, I'm telling y'all about the being that's dealing with y'all. I never judge. I don't come to a conclusion in my mind about what is. Then what is comes to a conclusion about itself, and I observe it. You see? No resident alien. You better say it. Non-resident, non-domestic, and yes, we are of another world. Moors have identity issues. I have come into one conclusion I am making concerning my identity. I am origin from the Olmecs. Olmecs. So being that I have an Olmec seal that we use on our documentation, I no longer, until I have completely syntaxed the Moorish American documents, I cannot endorse them as being contractually sound. So you won't be getting those out of me anymore. We still use the seal for the Moorish Republic federal government, but we have an Olmec seal and a Federal Republic government seal that we use to seal your documents. When you get a document from us, it will be perfectly syntaxed. There will be no colorable language, therefore there will be no color of law. Woo! Come on with it, baby. I love you very much, all of you. Please take this video to heart and share it with whoever you can. I'm going to be on the road tomorrow. So if you can't get a hold of me, please leave a message in any one of the venues. My email, my messenger, my regular phone, the website, and the admins listed on the website page. I'm going to get back to you as soon as I can. Love and light to you. Your light body, let me tell you how to get your light body. Think positive thoughts towards yourself and others. Think light thoughts. I be thinking a lot of positive thoughts towards nationals and in my being. This really helps with energies healing the body. Woo. Do it through your conscious mind. Meditate and focus. Love you soon. I'll see you very soon. Peace and love.